me show you once more. All the pages are part of one poem, and it kind of takes you through like a little journey. So before we get started, I want you to sit back and enjoy this video. Okay, so I want to start off by reading the back cover, if you don't mind. The back cover, instead of having a description, or a full description, well, actually this is a description, but it's a little recap of what we will find inside this book. It begins with, if you've ever felt like there are things you can't say, or you can't talk about, or felt things that you're not sure anyone else has ever felt before, then I know you. And I know you probably don't believe me, but that's okay. This is what I know. You don't talk as much as you should, or sometimes you do, but it's not everything you want to say. Or you talk, but talking is a way to hide how you're really feeling. is all it takes. Not your heart, not your life, just time. This is what no one tells you about hurting people. Sometimes we do not see how much someone is already hurting. And so when we do hurt someone just a little and they react, we think they're overreacting, that they're hostile, and that they think that they're finally being brave. You're not a moment. Moments are just moments. You are so much more. So much more. So much more. We forget that how a person acts in each moment is not who they are. That each person is a series of moments, and we cannot judge any moment in isolation and use that moment to define them. It is not up to others. It is up to us, people like me and you. It is not up to others. It is up to us which moments we want to hang on to, for good or for bad. We forget our successes and enshrine our failures. We forget there's still a child in all of us begging for love. We forget that it is true of every single person we will ever meet. We only hear the loudest voices when really we should be listening to the quietest. But where is the goodness of the world? There is room in the universe for much love. For those who would put in there. For those with the patience and goodness of heart to love. There is great peace in every moment, if we only wait for it to leave our hearts, like an overflowing river. Here, 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 and here. And here. And if I get up close, you can see that all of this is one single word being repeated a lot of times. It is the word here, and it goes from this side of the page all the way to the bottom of this page. Isn't this just so creative? Like, wow. You are here. You are here. So, know the kindness of the universe and know that there is great hope for us if we can find the hope inside ourselves first. Embrace the you inside you. Silence the voice that stops you from being able to truly help yourself and others. You can be someone who matters to others. You can be someone who matters to you. I keep looking to this side, but the camera's to that side. There's a kind of light that can shine in anyone if they give themselves the space to shine. You need to remember, because life has a way of making you forget. Now listen, you are made of good things. You, here, let me get my little pen slash pointer. Okay. You are made of good things. You are capable of incredible things. You are a song the universe sings itself in every color it can imagine. Some parts are sad, some parts are happy. Every part of the song is a part of you. Listen to always be looking for something you cannot find. And a good reaction when we hear the monsters say these things is to run. But if we are the monster and the person being chased, then we need to stop running because we cannot run away from ourselves. You need to stop running, turn around, and hug the monster because you are the monster and the hero, the person running and everything between them. You need to pull the monster close and whisper in its ear. No matter how scared you are, no matter how ugly the monster seems on the outside, no matter how much you think you can't, and say, you are good enough. I'm sorry, you're afraid. You deserve to be loved the way you want to be loved. There's nothing in you that needs to be fixed. The thing you've been looking for has been here with you. I'm sorry I ran away from you. I'm sorry you are afraid. I love you honestly and sincerely, without end. How? Living is easy. You just got to look for the good in the blades of grass between your toes. Remember what I said. Listen to the poem. You just try and find something in everything. A myriad of colors exploding outward from the center. And if you open up your heart, oh, it looks like unstirred paint in there. It looks like someone loved you long ago and forgot to stop loving you, even though you expected them to. It looks a way to be when there's no way left to be. Because what else could you be but everything? So go forward into bright light. If you loved hard enough, your feet leave the ground and you just kind of hang in the air, and that feels good. So love, because love is good, because it feels like you're floating. This is where I will stop today. I stopped in page